What's up guys, it's L2 here, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on the basics of ground dribbling. So this will be a 4-part series of going over ground dribbling as a whole, and the first video will be going over the basics of ground dribbling and how to keep the ball in your car. The next video will go a little more in depth and be advanced ground dribbling. The third video will be dribbling with no boost, and the fourth video will be bounce dribbling. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting more Rocket League content in the future and tutorials, as well as follow my TikTok and Instagram linked in the description. Those have been popping off pretty well. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. If you are unsure or want to know why you should learn a ground dribble, I'll give you a couple quick reasons. Number 1, you'll improve short term and long term. Number 2, it will make the game more entertaining. And number 3, you will get better at every single game mode. So I'll be talking about 2 types of dribbling in this tutorial. One is side-to-side dribbling, and the second one is on top of your car dribbling. I'll put a time on the screen or in the description for you to click on or skip forward to so you can see on top of your dribbling. But we're gonna go over dribbling on top of your car. While side-to-side dribbling is overall more useful in the lower ranks than dribbling on top of your car, we're gonna be going over dribbling on top of your car first because some aspects of side-to-side dribbling require learning dribbling on top of your car first. With dribbling on top of your car, you have to focus on a lot of aspects like bringing the ball up and keeping the ball on your car properly, knowing to keep the ball on your car and evade the opponent at the same time, and a different mechanic connected to dribbling, which is flicking. So in order to be able to dribble on top of your car, you gotta know how to get the ball on top of your car. And in order to do that, you gotta know a couple of key tips. So the most ideal way to pick up the ball is when the ball has little to no movement and you get a soft first touch. If you come at the ball really quickly, it will just fly away from you and it'll be almost impossible to keep up the ball with its speed that it's moving at. And when you're picking up the ball, in order to bring it to the middle of your car, you have to accelerate it to bring the ball towards the camera, and you have to decelerate to bring it away from the camera. With that in mind, we're gonna move on to the first steps of dribbling. So there's 2 ways to get consistent with dribbling on top of your car. The first method I like to call is the training wheels method. What you end up doing in this method is you roll the ball until it rolls up the wall, and just before it rolls to the ground, you catch it on the side and use the wall to help you dribble. You go around the map, and when you start passing the goal is for you to the goal is for you to get it across without the ball touching the ground. That is why it's called the training wheels method, because you're not 100% ground dribbling, but you're starting to learn. The other method I like to call is the Estate 2016 method, because this was the only method that was out for ground dribbling back then. This method is literally just picking up the ball and trying to keep it up on your car for as long as possible, or until you are comfortable enough with it. Well, maybe you don't have it so easy, because both methods work pretty well in their own ways. If you do the second method, the 2016 Estate method, it's more organic learning and you'll be more trained to do it in more real situations. But the first method, the training wheels method, will help you pick up ground dribbling more quicker than the second method. Once you're comfortable enough with the training wheels method, or you want some tips for the Estate 2016 method, here are some tips that you can apply that will help you understand dribbling better and pick it up quicker. On the screen, you will see a graphic of the top part of an octane and 3 parts to it. The back will be the area to decrease the ball speed, the front will be to increase the ball speed, and the middle will be to keep the ball speed up. This graphic will help you get the hang of dribbling on top of your car quicker. Usually you only want the ball on the front of your car when you're beginning a dribble to quickly increase the speed of the ball along with your car smoothly. You only want the ball on the back of your car to have a first touch to slow down the ball, and slow down the ball when the ball is on top of your car and you're near supersonic speed or you're at supersonic speed, as well as flicking on the back of your car, but we'll be going over that in our future video for flicks. Similar to our side-to-side car dribbling tip where you move the car in the direction of the ball is every once in a while, you want to make sure that when you've just picked up the ball on top of your car, you don't accelerate too quickly or else the ball will start to fall behind you, and you don't want to accelerate too slowly or else the ball will go back in front of you. You want to get a good in between where you feather the acceleration button or using boost. And if you don't know what feathering is, it's just letting go of your acceleration button or any button just for a little bit amount of time and clicking the button again. You'll have to pick up your speed or slow down based on how fast or slow the ball is going. You'll get used to it over time. Usually when I was learning dribbling, I was really good at picking up the ball, but I'd find the process very tedious because I wanted to work on dribbling on top of my car, not picking up the ball efficiently. And my dribbling skills were not at the level compared to me starting up my dribble. So I found some dribbling training packs for you guys to work on dribbling on top of your car. So the process of learning dribbling will be a lot less tedious. And remember, anything involving first touches and dribbling has to be soft, or else the ball will fly away from you. And after you get your first touch, you slowly increase your speed along with the ball from there. And speaking of touches, we're gonna go over getting a good controlled first touch real quick. Knowing how to get a good first touch is crucial, because if you get a good first touch, that decreases the time needed to start the dribble, and that will give you more time and space in order to get that dribble going. Your goal with the first touch is get a touch that you are able to follow up without your opponent being able to take a shot on your goal or be able to intercept the ball from you. While attempting to make a good first touch, you want to make sure you pace yourself so you don't go too fast or slow to the ball, because if you go too fast, the ball will go out of your control, and if you go too slow to the ball while making a good first touch, it will be very awkward for you. You can actually go pretty slow when making a first touch. You just want to make sure the slower you are, the more decentral you want your touch to be from your car. A great training pack I'd recommend for practicing first touches is Kevpert's one shots. Pretty much every shot you're able to take a first touch and begin a dribble from there. And the training pack puts you in spots that are very similar to how you will be in games. The basics of side-to-side car dribbling are mainly covered in our earlier section of the tutorial in dribbling on top of your car, so we will be mainly going over some tips to help you pick up dribbling on the side of your car quicker. And this part of the video will be worth watching, because in the later part of the video, we will be going over some dribbling plays that are interwoven with side-to-side car dribbling. If a ball has little to no momentum, you want to start off by either hitting it lightly directly forward or on the side, forcing it in a certain direction. Once you get the ball rolling not too slow or quick, just practice driving against the ball a little so it goes from the ground to the side of your car. It will take some time to get used to, but here are 3 quick things to help you learn controlling the ball on the side of your car. Drive against the ball once it starts falling off, making sure you keep your speed with the ball, and making sure you don't go too slow or quick. Keep in mind that when the ball is on the side of your car, it will start to fall off in the direction that it is on the side. So in order to cancel that out, you want to make sure you move every once in a while to the side of where the ball is. Usually if you pick up the ball on the side of your car when it is slow, you don't need a boost, you can just accelerate. When you get it going, you're going to need to start boosting as well. If a ball is rolling really quickly, you could either let it roll towards the side it's rolling towards and pick it up once it slows down a little, or let it slow down completely by the ball going up and down a wall. But the quickest way to take control of the ball while it is rolling is hit the ball on the side it's rolling towards to cut off its momentum. Depending on how hard you come at the ball, it will bounce upward, and your goal is to make a well-controlled touch on the outer parts of your car. It's obviously best to get a touch on the left and right sides right now, because that's what we are practicing, but not in the back, because in most scenarios that's where the ball is hardest to make a follow-up touch, and you begin your dribble from there. Keep in mind that getting comfortable with the ball will not be instant, and it will probably take an hour or even a lot more depending on how far you are along your Rocket League journey, unless you're like Don over here. And if it does take a lot longer than you thought to learn this mechanic, don't feel bad, because everyone grows at their own rates, and you'll learn some mechanics quicker than others, and you might learn mechanics slower than others. And if you feel bad of how you learn mechanics and at the rate it is at, it's only going to make you progress slower and you'll not reach your full potential. With the basic knowledge down for dribbling, the next step has no guidance, only a finger point to the right direction. And that direction is making your dribbling more lethal by practicing it in-game and in training whenever you can. As a general rule of thumb, you should spend around 5 minutes of every hour you are on Rocket League practicing ground dribbling until you hit Diamond. This time can be used in your warm-up, in between games in free play, Or you could set a set amount of time aside just for practicing dribbling and other things in free play. Keep in mind that you want to be training other things as well, not only dribbling. So that's pretty much it for the tutorial. All that's left for you to do is start training and applying what you've learned from this video. You can leave now, but this next part of the video is the most important part. So these plays are effective in all ranks, they just are harder to catch someone off guard the higher in the rankings you go. So the first dribbling move we're gonna go over, I like to call the inner to outer dribble. This play takes advantage of your opponent's innermost ball chasing desire and their reading of the play to get a good chance of scoring on goal. You can start this play anywhere in the field, but the more central you are, the tighter the angle will be in order to score. So it's best to approach the goal by being in the middle of the left and right side of the field. You don't want to be too far away from the middle, because if you're too close, it'll be too hard to put away, and if you're too far, it will be kind of obvious what you're going to be doing. So what you do in this play is you move the ball upfield, whether it is on the side of your car or it is on the ground and you're pushing it. And if you're on the left side of the field, you are on the left side of the ball, and if you're on the right side of the field, you're on the right side of the ball. So what you do is line up side by side with the ball. It doesn't have to be exact, and when you want to perform, you boost forward to the ball to the point where if you turn, you can cut off the ball's forward momentum and bring it up a little bit to the left side or right side of your car. And you can do this with or without power slide, but if you do it with power slide, it is a lot more efficient and quicker to do, and you can get the ball to go a little further if you are power sliding than if you weren't power sliding at the same distance. But at the same time, the farther away you are from the ball, the better chance your opponent has at diving at the ball and getting possession away from you. And if you are too close, you won't get a strong cut and your opponent will probably read the ball. So you gotta find a good balance between not being too close to the ball and not being too far. So once you've completed the cut, you should have an open net. And if your opponent didn't get baited out, but you got past your opponent from that side, all you have to do is put it past him somehow, whether it is powerfully or faking. You do whatever you do. And your opponent might challenge earlier or later in this clip, or not at all. It just depends, and you have to be able to notice when he's fully committing, and that's the best time to do this cut. If your opponent doesn't challenge at all and just sits in net, you'll notice by the time you get close enough to the net that the net will be very big and it'll be very hard for him to save. So either way in this play, you'll have a good opportunity to score in every scenario. And in future tutorials, we'll be talking about more advanced variations of this play that will work in higher ranks, as well as other good dribbling plays. The double jump flick is a great high percentage goal scoring play that combines great dribbling on top of your car, precision, and a little bit of predicting. So in order to do this play, you have to get the ball on top of your car and take it all the way across the field until either you know the opponent is about to fully commit and you double jump while the ball is in the middle of your car, or you find the perfect opportunity to place it in a good spot. And if your opponent doesn't go, you just double jump and get it over him. Once you start getting into the higher ranks, the opponent will not be reading the ball based on where it is. He will start reading it where the ball will be. And eventually, once you get into the really high ranks, your opponent will start to cover all possible scenarios. But by giving yourself a little bit of extra room and adding a bump/demo right after you double jump an aerial, if you hit the opponent, you're almost guaranteed a goal. You will see similar forms of this move in pro 1v1 show matches as well. So that's it for the tutorial, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video and learned something, drop a like down below, and if you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. I'll be posting more Rocket League gameplay soon. I'll be posting my Road to Supersonic Legend in 1s on TikTok soon, and for 2s and 3s, I'll be doing it here on YouTube. I'll see you guys later.